Before I say anything, I want to give a big shout out to the animators behind this film who are underpaid and had to redo a whole movie in a few months. I know the title of this is I Saw the Sonic Movie So You Don't Have To, and I'm not saying this is a great movie, but if you're looking for some way, any type of way to support the animators behind this film, or even Jim Carrey, going out and buying a ticket is probably the easiest and most obvious way to do so. Now as for the film, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie has been one of the most fascinating things to happen to the film industry all year, mostly because it's been existent for the entirety of said year. We went from terrifying legs to a terrifying face to a terrifying trailer to okay, maybe we should redo this to holy shit, Jim Carrey is in this to oh hey, that's a little bit better to oh shit, Lil Yachty must be really broke to oh shit, the movie is out already. My point is, I was hyped for this thing. I went as soon as I could at the Hollywood ArcLight, and let me tell you, this was not bad. It wasn't perfect, it's not great, but it's better than Detective Pikachu, and you know what? I'm just gonna get into it. So it starts with Sonic basically in the woods with his owl mom. I don't know why she's an owl. I only played Sonic Riders as a kid, which by the way, great game. Wow, holy shit. I kind of want to play it now. But anyways, she dies, I think? She just dies, and Sonic is forced to go into the real world. So for a while, Sonic chills in the real world, essentially stalking everyone, including one cop named... I forget his name, but it's that guy, you know that guy. And this guy is planning on moving to San Francisco. This matters. One day, Sonic starts playing baseball with himself. Listen, I knew he was fast, but I mean, guys, he's really fast. So he wins the baseball game, which honestly is very impressive, and then he gets really depressed. And this is like one of the many times Sonic gets really existential and gets depressed and starts thinking about how he's gonna die. It's almost as sad as Synecdoche, New York, you know? So he gets depressed and then blows out the power in the entire town because of that, which eventually leads him back to this guy. I swear guys, I'm just too lazy to look up his name. Sonic is shot by a dart and then drops his bag of coins in a portal, and then they land on top of a San Francisco tower. Very convenient stuff, because you know the guy was gonna move to San Francisco. So then, because of that, the guy starts protecting Sonic for some reason. He feels bad, I guess.
He's my friend. Let's go!
But it's around this time that we are introduced to Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Let me just say, unironically, not a joke, great performance. It's like classic Jim Carrey, which I feel like we haven't had in a while, and it's like he never left. He gets really mad at his assistant a bunch, and then there's this one bit where he's like,
"Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them!"
It's great, you gotta see it. He made me laugh out loud a few times, which I was not expecting, and I'm glad it happened. So my point is that Jim Carrey is now after our boy Sonic. So they embark on a road trip. It's literally a road trip movie. If Green Book could win Best Picture, guys, this thing has a shot. So these two goofballs eventually reach this biker bar. It's like the stereotypical thing in kids' movies, you know, there's motorcycles, there's fire, there's a monster truck for some reason. It's super inconvenient. And for some reason, and I don't know why, once again, I haven't played any of the Sonic games besides Sonic Riders for the GameCube, which is again a kick-ass game. For some reason, Sonic can't contain himself. He's like, oh, the motorcycles are so cool. Oh, the fire. Oh, ah. Like, Sonic, you grew up with an owl mother. How is Harley Davidson impressing you this much? So he sneaks in and rides the bull, etc. And then he starts a bar fight. Sonic has another depressive episode and then proceeds to literally start a bar fight, which hilariously enough, we later realized was on his bucket list. Like, they literally have an insert of it as proof, I promise you. So then they leave. You know, they ruin the bar and then they leave. And then there's a fart joke, of course. And then they end up in a car chase with Dr. Robotnik's drones and big cars and stuff. And this is when I started realizing Elon Musk based his entire career off this fictional Sonic villain, so I kind of tapped out for a bit there, but it was honestly a pretty good action scene. That is, until Sonic makes it out alive and proceeds to floss. And in this movie, Sonic flosses not once, but twice. So then they get to San Francisco and they tie up this guy's wife's sister because she got scared of Sonic. And then it's time to get Sonic's rings from the top of the building. Remember that from earlier? So they sneak Sonic in and reach the top, and uh-oh, Jim Carrey's back. The scene that happens here is actually super cool. He uses some powers he used before, and they have a big chase scene around the world. I say this is one of my favorite scenes in the movie because it's the first time where it actually feels like classic Sonic, you know? So then he eventually beats Jim Carrey. The US government gives them a gift card to Olive Garden for some reason. Sonic flosses again, and then the movie ends. So guys, the Sonic movie is not terrible. If that didn't say it already, it was a fun, harmless kids movie. Yeah, it was stupid, but it's meant for kids. They'll get a kick out of it. Who am I to judge? Well, I can actually judge in a few ways. For one, as a movie, it's fine, it's fun, we get it. As a Sonic the Hedgehog movie based on the classic video game, it's not good. This does very little to pay tribute to this character. You could honestly replace him with Dash from The Incredibles, but Dash isn't a human, and it'd be the same thing. There are some nice little Sonic Easter eggs here and there that fans will get a kick out of, but folks, this is not really a Sonic movie. It's a kid's movie that happens to have Sonic in it, and also happens to be sponsored by Olive Garden, and Zillow, and Toyota, and Amazon, and Corona. It's got a lot of product placement. But once again, it's not horrible. The character design is terrific. He's likable, he's cute sometimes. I think if you have a kid, if you are a kid, if you want want to see this movie, go see it. If you're gonna go in with a shit attitude, ready to trash it as an adult, going to see a movie for kids, maybe stay at home and save your money. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Go see the Sonic movie and form your own opinion. And once again, he flosses not once, but twice.